Hey guys, and welcome to another video in our cosplay series. Now, there are certain setups that are lifesavers. So this is not going to be a long video. I'm going to do this really fast. If you know me a little bit, you know that I started out, of course, with teaching a lot of workshops on trade shows. And trade shows are not the perfect place to shoot images, but you can still create great images with a simple setup. And that's actually how I shot this image. So how did I shoot this image? Because that's of course what you want to know, right? That's the whole name of this series. Now, when I was on trade shows, and the main problem was, especially when I started out, that the sets were often really small, like 2 meters by 2 meters. And then you have to fit in your model, your lighting, and a week with a camera. And of course, the problem on trade shows, especially when I started out, was that everybody just walked through the set, hit the lighting, and that's very frustrating because in the middle of a demo, the lighting changes and you're shooting tethered, everybody sees the wrong images, so no, that doesn't really work. So I was thinking about, can't we create a lighting setup that always works? It creates great images and it's different. And I started to look at my light sources and I was going like, I really like strip lights, but why not place one of those light sources straight above our model, aimed down? And then I started to think, you know, if I don't have a lot of room, place my model against the backdrop, create light from the top. And the cool thing is, if you angle the light, you can create how much light is hitting your model and how much light is hitting your backdrop. So you have total control, although you're only losing one strobe. Added benefit, if you're on location and you want to make sure that everything else is dark except your model and you want a nice beam of light, this also works great. On the street, just place your model against the wall, place your light on top, aim it slightly down, and there you go, beautiful image. There is one slight problem, of course, as there is always. The eyes of the model. We don't want raccoon eyes. So in this case, when you use a lighting setup like this, make sure that your model looks slightly up, or sunglasses, or a mask, of course, a mask, right? Not everybody will wear a mask, but it will look great. Now, this is not one of those setups that you use for your family portraits, of course. This is really a special setup for those special occasions. But in all honesty, especially when you shoot it under a slight angle and make your model look up, it's one of my favorite lighting setups. And the coolest thing about this setup is it doesn't really matter what light source you have. Now, of course, the difference between those light sources is huge, right? A big softbox will do something completely different than from a Frank Door flash bender. The cool thing about the setup is that whatever light source you have, if you use the same setup, so above the model, and use it to angle, it works with all those light setups, even with a large softbox. Because remember, we have something called the sides of the light, or in other words, feathering. So when you have a big softbox, why not just angle it all the way up and only use the edge of the softbox to light your model? Beautiful soft quality of light and nice lens flares in your camera, of course. So let's take a look at the behind the scenes video so you can see the lighting setup and of course the final results. So the next time you're on a location and you need something fast, in essence, this setup was done in the last 20 minutes of our workshop. We're 20 minutes left and there's one setup that always works and that's this one. So the next time you're on location, try this setup. I'm pretty sure you're absolutely gonna love it. See you again next time. Bye guys. Oh, you're still there. Oh, of course, I have to close the video. There we go. Hey guys, if you like what we do, please subscribe to our channel, leave comments below, and of course smash that like button. But most of all, tell other people about our channel so we can grow. See you again next time. Bye guys. Can I now read my comic? Yes? Okay, finally.